are the levels of wealth and so many things about wealth. This will be interesting, so stick around and pick a pen and a paper. So there are 4 levels of wealth that I would like us to go through, that I would like to share with you. And these levels of wealth determine how faster or how slow we attain the particular kind of wealth that we want. So level number 1, level wealth of number 1, we call it physical labor. The physical labor, we create wealth through physical labor, stroke, muscle work, or active energy. At this level, level 1, you basically exchange your time and physical effort directly for money. Without your time and physical effort, you are not earning. So you are doing the work by yourself. This could be digging, this could be lifting, this could be driving, or farming, or even cleaning. What is the value creation? So at this level, your value creation is based on your physical ability and time, meaning that if you are not able to work that particular day because you are physically disabled that day, you will not be able to earn. Similarly, if you don't show up for work, your time may imply that you will not be able to earn. Some common examples under this case are construction workers, factory workers, drivers, and cleaners. Now, there's an income limit. So your income has got limit because you can only earn as much as your time and energy allows. So whatever you earn is basically based on the effort that you put in. You exchange your time for money. I hope that's clear. Let's go to level number 2. Under level number 2, the level number 2 of wealth creation is known as unification. This can also be referred to as management and stroke leadership level. So at this level, you start coordinating other people's efforts. So you're no longer just working by yourself, but you're coordinating other people's effort to do the physical work that you were initially doing. So you are organizing people and you are managing teams. Value creation under this level, you create value through systems, you create value through delegation, and you create value through leadership. The common examples under this category, we have got managers, the manager at your work, we've got supervisors, we've got team leaders, we have got business owners, and we've got business owners who manage other staff. So the income potential at this level is a bit higher because you are leveraging other people's time and effort. You can fail to go to work, but those other people, because you've created systems along the way, they'll be able to work. Because you've created a particular order on how things should work, you still won't go to work, but you'll still manage to get paid because you are leveraging the systems and the processes that you've created before. So understand that the keyword under this level is leverage people. You were able to leverage other people's effort for your own good. Level number 3, we call it communication or influence and relationship level. So this is the level where you're using your voice, your ideas, and influence to create value. You may not necessarily manage a team, but your words, your inspiration, and your branding and your ability to persuade will always drive results. Now, how do you create value? You create value through influence, through storytelling, through marketing, through teaching, or selling. Understand that communication, your mouth, is what is making a difference at this particular level. The common examples are salespeople, coaches, influencers, marketers, consultants, and public speakers. The income potential here is different. It's a bit higher because your influence can scale beyond the time that you have. So your persuasion and the trust that you've created is the one that will enable you to influence other people. Level number 4 is the creativity and stroke spiritual, can be originality or even inspiration. This is the highest of the 4th level, and in this category, these are the people who earn millions of money in a very short period of time. So wealth is created through pure creativity, your mind, or deep insight, and this includes in categories like inventors, people who invent stuff, innovators, people who innovate stuff, artists, or thought leaders who share ideas that shape industries or that shape the world at a particular point. I'm thinking about Elon Musk. I don't know who you're thinking about. So value creation at this level is through original ideas, original creation ideas, through inventions or through spiritual stroke creative contributions. The examples are authors, innovators, spiritual leaders, tech founders, artists, musicians who fall under artists, and so on. And musicians, for your information, they can be paid like 30 million for 1 hour for singing for 1 hour. So they've just leveraged their creativity. They're using their creativity to earn high amounts of money. That's why if you compare the number of people who are millionaires and you're comparing people in the creative industry with others who are in the technical industry, you realize that people in the creative industry are way, 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 way beyond. Now that you've looked at the 4 levels of wealth, how do you move from one level to another? How do you move from level 1 to level 2, 2 to 3, and 3 to 4? Let's get started. From level 1 to level 2, i.e., from physical labor to unification and leadership stroke management, the focus is you moving from doing the work to organizing your team, to organizing others to do that work for you. But how do you go about this? Number 1, so you learn basic leadership skills. You learn basic management skills, because now you have to manage people. You have to learn how to manage those people. What do you learn? You learn communication, you learn delegation, you learn inspiration, you learn how to motivate people. Step number 2, you get promoted to be a team leader. You get promoted to be a supervisor by showing initiative, the learning that we have talked about. Step number 3, another channel, you start a business where others will work under you. So instead of being a cleaner, you start a cleaning business and employ other cleaners to work under you. The last step, which is very essential, you document the process, you document the system. Document that from doing, after I've done A, do B, do C, so that when others come, they have a clear system that they'll be able to follow. For example, a skilled carpenter will train people or apprentice, builds a team, and then starts a furniture workshop, so that when others come, they know what to do and at what particular point. How do you move from level 2 to level 3? From unification level to communication, influence, and branding. So the focus at level 3 is using your voice or presence or influence. So how do you create influence? Step number 1, you start sharing your knowledge publicly, the way I'm doing, guys, through a blog, through YouTube channels, social media, public speaking events, and stuff. You develop a personal branding. You position yourself as an expert in a particular field, and you share that, you communicate that with your mouth. You learn communication skills, you learn marketing skills, you learn storytelling skills. The last step, you create a digital product like a course, like an ebook, like a coaching program based on your experience. This is a good example. Look at a restaurant manager who creates content about leadership in the food industry, so, and gets speaking opportunities and speaking gigs, and launches a training program so that other hotels and other hotel managers can come and learn from that particular training or program. The last step, how do you move from level 3 to level 4? From communication level to creativity or spiritual level. The top-notch level of wealth creation. So the focus here is on creating a unique, lasting, and highly valuable product or program. So how do you do that? You tap into your unique experiences, into your unique insights, so that you can invent, so that you can write, or so that you can design something original. Your priority is to be creative thinking, creative innovation. So you think about this: what can I create that doesn't exist right now? So you work on your passion projects with long-term impact. For example, books, art, software, innovations. Then you build a platform or an intellectual property that's able to scale from one level to another, that over time is able to scale up to a particular point. For example, patents, timeless content, and applications. So a good example, a content creator who writes a best-selling book or publishes an app that solves a unique problem for a long period of time. After looking at how you move from one level to another, let's quickly look at principles of wealth. There are basically 4 principles of wealth, and they're closely related to the levels of wealth that we looked at initially. So the level number 1 is the mental wealth inventory here, or also known as the imagination level. So your focus is to dream fast. You can't have it if you can't dream about it in your mind. So everything starts from your mind. So this is where wealth begins, in the mind. You create personal visions for success and abundance and impact. So what does it involve? It involves 1, visualizing your ideal lifestyle. 2, developing a wealth mindset. 3, identifying your unique talents, your unique passion, and your unique ideas. Then 4, creating internal clarity around what you really want and why you want it. So the quote to remember here is, you cannot become what you cannot imagine. So everything starts here. Guys, anything that has ever been created, be they earpods, be they a remote control, be they my good plant here, it was first imagined, it first existed in your mind before it existed in the physical. So what is the goal today? Plant the mental seed of wealth. That's what particularly you want. It all starts here. Level number 2, principle number 2, we call it the verbal wealth inventory. The first one was mental wealth inventory. Number 2 is verbal wealth inventory, also the communication level. So the focus is speak into existence what you are looking for. So once the wealth is clear in the mind, up here, so the next step is to give it words, to articulate your goals, offers, and value. Even God said, let us create, use words, communication mouth. So what does this involve? Define your goals in a clear language, develop your pitch, your brand story, or your business vision. Then practice communication. This can be writing, speaking, or selling. Then using affirmations, vision boards, or scripting to have a clear mindset of what you are doing. So the goal here is to translate the vision into communication that inspires action for both viewers and for others. Principle number 3 is tribal wealth inventory, tribal community. It also relates to the unification level that we looked at. So the focus here is to building a community. Now that you've imagined and spoken it out, the next step is basically to gather the people. You can't create wealth alone. You need to acquire assets from other people. That's why you have to build a community of people who will buy wealth from who you'll be able to get that wealth. So because you cannot create wealth alone. So what does this involve? You build a tribal team, followers, customers, partners, and many more. You find mentors, find collaborators, and find networks. Create systems that work within the people that you are serving. Then serve and solve problems for a group of people. Find a large number of group of people who have got a burning desire to solve a problem that they have, a problem which only you can solve. So the goal here is to create value through people, relationships, reputations, and community. Principle number 4 is practical wealth and implementation, or the implementation level. So the focus is do the work. So this is where all the ideas, the words, the relationship turn into tangible results. This can be business, this can be products, or income streams. So this involves step number 1, executing your plans. Put your words into action. Launch the products, start selling, start investing. Then track progress and improve. Stay consistent and disciplined. So the goal here is to convert the energy that was within you into income through focused and repeatable action. After we've looked at those principles of wealth creation, it's also important that you understand something that's very closely related to that. Be, do, have framework. The be, do, have framework is a classic success model that flips how people approach life. So many people, this is a belief system that you or other people have been having. Once I have money, I will do what I love, then I'll be successful. But in reality, things don't work that way. And this is where the be, do, have framework comes in. Who you become, the be is who you become, the do is what you do, and the have is what you get. Let's break it down. So, be is an identity, the mindset, the values, and the beliefs. You must first become it here. In your mind, you first must become the kind of person that you want, who is ready for success or wealth. Example, you have to be disciplined, you have to be confident, you have to be generous, you have to be creative up here. So after the be, you do actions, habits, systems, and execution. So once your mindset is aligned, you'll start doing what successful people do. Examples, you start a business, you market your idea, you show up consistently, and you manage your time well. Now you're doing. Then after that, now you will have. Have is where we have the results. Results, income, lifestyle, and impact. Now that you attract and you've worked for it, now you will have the outcomes, which can be wealth, freedom, and opportunities. There are people who they want to have, they create a gap. You see, we have the be, do, have. So you have to go through the whole system. So you cannot be and have without the doing, because now you will want a lot of money which you have not worked for. And that's why you have people scamming other people. You have people who want to steal a lot of money. You have people who want quick money through betting, because they just have the be and the have. They do not have the do. And the system doesn't work that way. That's why they get arrested and, in short, they die. Now, the be, do, have, and the biblical creation story. There's a connection between them. So, be, God is the creator, identity. Genesis 1:1 says that in the beginning, God created. So, God already was a creator before anything existed. Be. So, his identity wasn't based on what he had, it was based on who he is. So, this mirrors the be phase. So, he existed, the be. So, identity comes first. Then he was intentional, he was all-knowing, and had a purpose. So the lesson for us here is, before you create anything meaningful, you must first become aligned with your God-given identity and purpose. The do. After God be, then God do. God spoke and acted. To God, actions were enough. The words were enough to be actions. Even you that's why we've said communication, speak into existence, because your words have got action. So, and God said, what action? Let there be light, and there was light. Genesis 1:3. So, God didn't just imagine in the mind, he spoke, he took action, step by step. And then he spoke, he shaped, he separated, and named his creation, action. Then each day was a creative act. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, up to day 7, showing discipline, structure, and design. So the lesson for us here is, once we understand who we are, be, we must start acting, do, speaking life, and building, creating systems to solve problems. The last one, the have. Now, the result. God saw it was good, the results. So God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. Genesis 1:31. So the results of his identity plus action, it was a complete good creation. He thought it was good. So God now had creation, rest, beauty, and harmony. So all of it. So he had shared that creation with humans, and then giving them dominion all